Hey everyone, I'll try to keep this short and sweet this week. Welcome to week 7. We have just one more week to go. And just a reminder for those of you in the class that are typical on-ground students, traditional students that take normal classes in the classroom, I do realize that your spring break is next week. But unfortunately, online classes don't get spring break. So you will have work due next week in class as well. This past week, we looked at operations quality and process improvement, and had our discussion was focused in operations, but our written assignment was focused in quality management process improvement. So hopefully that was helpful to you. I'm just going to do a week 7 overview now while I'm here. This week, we're going to be talking about financial management and economics overall in healthcare. So there's a few different elements some video elements that you should take part in during the week. There's also our discussion, which is about finance and the economics overall for the industry, and how we can help to improve that. There is a case study, so you'll have your case study from the text. This one is not completed as a group; these are individual. Then you have a quiz and obviously this Ed puzzle. Let's see. Get over to the quizzes. So for our quiz this past week, week 6, just had a few questions I wanted to go over. So the Baldrige Award features 9 criteria arranged in a structure, process, outcome framework. Which of the following is not a structural aspect of quality in the Baldrige Award criteria? So we talked about what Baldrige in the material last week and all of the different criteria that go into organizations winning that Baldrige Award. And I may have even mentioned in last week's Ed puzzle that the Baldrige criteria are what we used to create our functional areas that we cover in this program. So they're very important to healthcare overall. However, the one that was incorrect here was followership. So we do have things like leadership, strategic planning, focus on patients. There are things like regulatory oversight. There are several different areas, but followership is not necessarily one of those. That's an important concept, as if you're a leader, you have folks in your organization that follow you and the process of working in teams and whatnot. It's important overall to operations, but it is not one of the Baldrige criteria. Next one, a health service that has risks that outweigh its benefits is the definition of which of the following terms. These were just the terms noted in the text. So it's just a matter of finding the appropriate one, and overuse is the one that was noted as a health service that has risks that outweigh its benefits overall. So that was that question from straight from the textbook. The next one, definition of quality provided by the Institute of Medicine is the most widely accepted definition of healthcare quality. Which of the following are not parts of the definition? So that definition again was noted there. Talks a lot about achieving outcomes for people, for populations, evidence-based practice, and using that to focus your clinical activity. But the one thing that was not noted was providing value consistent with the cost structure of the healthcare organization. And again, value is very important in healthcare. Excuse me, we've talked about it a bit over the past few weeks. The volume to value movement, providing value from a marketing perspective, whatnot. But it is not specifically part of that definition. The definition of quality is really focused on outcomes and standards from a clinical standpoint. So that's it. That's the end of those items for the week. So if you have any questions on any of the other exam or quiz questions, that's fine. Just drop me a note and let me know. The final exam blueprint is in here. You do a final exam next week. The final exam blueprint is in here in the classroom for next week's final. And also, feel free to work ahead. Actually, let me flip to week 8 quick. Feel free to work ahead and complete these activities this week if you are going out of town or something next week for spring break. The discussion, you'll probably have to do a little work to finish up your discussion post. You can certainly do your first post, this week, but you may have to do a little bit to finish up next week. But you can do your medical terminology assignment, you can do your exam, all of that this week if you would like. So completely up to you, but feel free to work ahead if you would like to. So that's all I've got. And if you have any questions, please just let me know. Thanks a lot.